Hello everyone. Today we're going to work on turning our topic focus into a nice, clear thesis statement. The thesis statement is the most important sentence in your whole paper, so we really want to get this right. Now, when we work on a thesis statement, remember, it doesn't have to be fancy, it just has to be clear. A thesis statement has a topic. We've already talked about topics, and in this sentence the topic is winter. But a thesis statement also has an assertion. An assertion is a strongly worded statement with no proof behind it. Of course, there's no proof in your thesis statement because your paper will be providing the proof. Remember, your assertion is a strongly worded sentence. It's your opinion, it's your point of view, and you haven't given any proof for it yet. Also, your assertion should be something that other people might disagree with. Winter comes after fall, for example, is just a fact. Nobody can really argue with that, so it wouldn't make a strong thesis statement. Winter is my favorite season because of snow sports could be argued with. Someone else might say, winter's not my favorite season. So now that we know that we need a topic and a strong assertion, is there a way that we can change this sentence to make it stronger? How about this? So here we have a slightly better thesis statement. Winter is our topic, and our assertion is that it's the best season. We haven't provided any proof. This sentence provides a little bit of proof because of snow sports. Here we're just saying winter with all of its snow sports is the best season. So that's a slightly stronger thesis statement. Let's look at another one. Here's our topic, Martin Luther King, and here's our focus that he changed our country. Let's see how we can improve that, and let's see if we have the parts we need. Here we have that Martin Luther King is our topic. We have an assertion that he changed our country. We're offering no proof that he changed our country. So those three pieces are in place. However, is there any way to argue, really, that Martin Luther King changed our country? For our assertion to be an assertion, it really has to be the kind of statement in which someone else could take the opposing point of view. They could think the opposite of the writer. So what could we say about Martin Luther King that would be a little bit more debatable? How about this? Martin Luther King was the most important figure in the civil rights movement. Some people might argue that Rosa Parks was the most important figure. Others might argue that the media who covered the civil rights movement were the most important figures in the civil rights movement. We have our topic. We have an assertion that someone could argue with. We have no proof for that assertion. And it's small enough a topic that it can fit nicely in a 5-paragraph paper. Let's look at one more. Here we have volcanoes changed Hawaii. Stop for a minute and think. In fact, pause the video and see if you can identify what's weak about this thesis statement. Well, we have our topic, volcanoes. We have an assertion that they changed Hawaii, and we're not offering any proof that they did. So what's the problem here? The problem is our assertion. No one could really argue with this assertion. Almost everyone, I think, would agree that volcanoes changed Hawaii. So what could we argue about when it comes to volcanoes? How about volcanoes threaten Hawaii? Some people would say that they don't. How about volcanoes made Hawaii a paradise? Some people would say that the temperate climate and the tropical moisture made Hawaii a paradise and that the volcanoes really weren't part of it. Either of those options would be a better assertion. The best place for vacation is the beach. Certainly we have our topic, we have our assertion that the beach is the place, and it's certainly arguable. So that's a nice strong thesis statement just the way it is. Okay, here's our last one. Abraham Lincoln led in spite of suffering throughout the Civil War. Though we have our topic, Abraham Lincoln, and we have an assertion that he led in spite of suffering, it's hard to really argue with the fact that he led, and it's hard to argue with the fact that he suffered through the Civil War. How could we make this a more arguable assertion? How about Abraham Lincoln led bravely in spite of suffering? How about Abraham Lincoln led wisely in spite of suffering? Not everyone thinks that what Abraham Lincoln did was wise. Not everyone thinks that what he did was brave. But everyone does think that he led, and most people acknowledge that he did suffer. So, by adding an adverb, we make our assertion one that can be argued with. Okay, now let's see if you can write your own strong thesis statement. Don't forget your topic, your assertion, and your lack of proof.